49ers wide receiver crisis, training camp concerns and potential solutions. The core challenge facing the 49ers as they head into training camp is their wide receiver group, which is currently far from ideal. And this is the part most people overlook, how much this could impact their passing game this season. But here's where it gets controversial. While they still boast talented players like Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey, the wide receiver position itself is riddled with uncertainties. To start, Deebo Samuel is no longer with the team. He requested a trade, and the 49ers responded by sending him to the Washington Commanders in exchange for a fifth-round pick. Interestingly, reports now reveal that Samuel has just 8% body fat, an unusual detail that hints at his intense physical condition. Meanwhile, Brandon Aiyuk hasn't yet returned from a serious knee injury involving a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus. The team recently placed him on the physically unable to perform (PUP) list, which means he's likely to miss all of training camp and possibly the first few games of the season. Ricky Pearsall is also on the PUP list due to a hamstring injury he's battled throughout the offseason. It remains uncertain whether the 49ers will activate him to the 90-man roster before the first practice on Wednesday. Adding to the turmoil, Jennings is making headlines by demanding a raise, an extension, or even a trade, exploiting the team's current struggles at wide receiver. So far, the 49ers haven't granted his request, which could lead Jennings to hold in, staying on. 49ers training camp update, Aiyuk and Pearsall on PUP list. In a stunning start to what could be a tumultuous season, the San Francisco 49ers are gearing up for training camp with several key players battling their way back from injury. But here's where it gets controversial. Even as the team is rallying under pressure, some notable contributors may not be able to hit the ground running. After a challenging 2024 season that saw the 49ers rank among the most injury-plagued teams in the NFL, there is hope on the horizon as some marquee talents are returning. However, a number of players are still in recovery mode and will join the training camp on the physically unable to perform (PUP) list or the non-football injury (NFI) list. The full roster will be available on Tuesday, but an official announcement on Friday revealed 6 players on the active/PUP list and 2 on the active/NFI list. Among the most impacted positions is wide receiver, with Brandon Aiyuk and Ricky Pearsall having missed significant practice sessions. Aiyuk is working hard to overcome a torn ACL he suffered in Week 7, leaving his status for the start of the regular season uncertain, a fact that could stir plenty of debate among fans. At the same time, Ricky Pearsall, who missed most of the organized team activities due to a hamstring injury, is now on the PUP list despite Coach Kyle Shanahan's earlier optimism about his readiness, indicating a slight setback in his progress. The injury list isn't confined to the receiving core. Offensive lineman Andre Dillard, defensive lineman Yetur Gross-Matos, safety Malik Mustafa, and linebacker Curtis Robinson are all recovering from knee injuries and have also been placed on the PUP list. Notably, both Gross-Matos and Dillard were expected to return by the start of camp according to Shanahan's comments from June, which only adds to the uncertainty and debate about the team's overall health heading into training. 49ers training camp update, Brandon Aiyuk, Ricky Pearsall on PUP list. In the world of football, injuries can dramatically change the course of a team's season, and this year, the San Francisco 49ers are facing some notable setbacks even before their training camp has officially begun. It's a situation that might raise eyebrows among fans and analysts alike, especially considering the team's recent struggles with health in previous seasons. But here's where it gets interesting. The team has placed 6 players on the active or physically unable to perform (PUP) list, including key wide receivers Brandon Aiyuk and Ricky Pearsall. This move, while concerning at first glance, isn't necessarily a disaster. Players on this list are not out for the entire season. They can be activated at any point during training camp once they receive medical clearance. During this period, they aren't allowed to practice in full, but they can still attend team meetings and make use of training facilities, which helps keep them engaged and ready for a swift return. Brandon Aiyuk, coming off a serious knee injury suffered in Week 7 of last season, is a particularly noteworthy case. While no official timetable has been announced, early indications suggest that mid-season might be the earliest point for him to be back on the field. The team has consistently reassured fans that his recovery has been progressing smoothly, which is promising. Pearsall, a first-round pick in 2024, has also been sidelined since injuring his hamstring during off-season workouts. His early rookie stint was already disrupted when he was shot during an attempted robbery, causing him to miss 6 games last season. This year, Pearsall was expected to play a more prominent role, potentially filling in for Deebo Samuel, who was traded to the Washington Commanders this offseason. Regarding Pearsall's recovery, General Manager John Lynch recently mentioned that if it were the regular season, they'd be pushing to get him back sooner, perhaps next week. But they're prioritizing proper healing over quick fixes and aim to have him fully healthy for training camp. He's put in a lot of quality work, Lynch added, highlighting his positive progress. Meanwhile, the team is also navigating through some contractual uncertainties with receiver Jennings. Reports suggest Jennings might request a trade if he fails to secure a new contract before the camp begins. Despite this, Jennings is currently projected to be the team's primary receiver at the start of the season, which makes the situation even more delicate. On a brighter note, the 49ers receive encouraging news about Christian McCaffrey, their star running back. After a challenging season last year that saw him limited to just 4 games due to injuries, McCaffrey recently reported that he feels great, a significant boost for the team. His health could be especially vital until their other key receivers get into rhythm, with tight end George Kittle also expected to play a bigger role. All in all, the 49ers' early injury list paints a picture of challenges and resilience, highlighting how a team manages setbacks and prepares for a competitive season. Do you think their strategy of holding players out for healing will pay off, or could they be risking too much early on? Share your thoughts below. This situation isn't just about injuries, it's about the team's ability to adapt and overcome.